last thing, I missed this. Canary Capital, really quick. So Canary Capital, this was really exciting. I know that they had Greg Bell from the HBAR Foundation on the NASDAQ show and talking about Canary Capital. And I think that this one is really, really interesting because, and we talked about it pretty in depth in the show. But again, this is an easy way for people to, when we talk about institutional investors, family offices, people that want to buy HBAR that can't open a wallet. Quick question from Monty on the show is HIP 904 live? I don't believe so yet, but it will be on mainnet soon. It's on testnet now and it's been voted on and we're all clear. So the next mainnet update, I think it'll be on mainnet. So Canary Capital is huge because, again, we talked about on the show, the co-founder of it is from Valkyrie Funds. So it's like, it's a well-established initiative. It makes it easy for people in institutions to buy and hold HBAR, and it paves the pathway for an HBAR ETF. We talked about this on the show. And the interesting thing here, the update here, is that on sec.gov, the Securities and Exchange Commission, fuck you, Gary, we can go on the SEC website and we can see a filing, Form D filing. Now, a Form D filing is a brief notice that companies must file with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission when they offer securities without registration under Regulation D, providing essential information about the company and the exempt offering. So this is a filing on the SEC website from Canary Capital, which is the Canary HBAR Trust. Look at that. That's huge. So here's the filing. It's got all the information. Right, it's got Stephen McClurg, who is the founder of the Valkyrie Fund, and also is familiar with. This is the other thing too about this about Canary Fund is, these folks have already got ETFs listed for Bitcoin, so they're familiar with that process, right? And furthermore, if we get HBAR, I know we've got the ETP, the exchange traded product in Germany and stuff like that, in the Frankfurt exchange, which is great. But the US is so important because if HBAR clears this and Canary can have this HBAR trust, what it does is it not only paves a pathway for HBAR ETFs, but it also makes it way more likely that HBAR will be included in those basket ETFs, those index ETFs, right? Those exchange traded funds that might hold Ethereum, Bitcoin, this, that, and this, and HBAR. So this is really about HBAR getting their foot in the door, right? This is really what this is all about. And so got to give the HBAR Foundation a shout out on that. It's good to see Greg making these moves. And I mean, it seems kind of crazy to say HBAR ETF out loud, but again, this is part of the strategy of Canary Capital. This is what they want to see. They'd like to have an HBAR ETF. And the reason they chose HBAR as one of their first products is because of the governing council, of these different types of things. So it's not all bad news, right? It's not all bad news. So that's all the stuff today.